Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Noel's Tarot, and welcome to your weekly reading with me, Shamar. Welcome in. I always have to remember how to say some of that shit in order, but welcome in. Hope you guys are doing pretty well. This week we're going to be doing the What's the Vibe spread. Um, with the spreads, we can normally delve into a bunch of different things, and sometimes we can go like past, present, or future. But the specialty of the What's the Vibe spread is it sort of focuses on like the current moment. So only the present, only like the here and now in a sense. To just give you some insight about your current moment to see if they can give you some help, or insight or clarity or whatever, whatnot. But yeah, welcome in. I'll go ahead and timestamp when that starts if I say anything else beforehand. But yeah, so if you want to go ahead and skip to when the reading starts, go ahead and click the timestamp in the description below. Other than that, let's see. We'll be doing that spread with the Prism Oracle, which if you saw underneath, I guess you can see a little bit. We had the creativity card. So something in the current moment about creativity. That's pretty fun. And then we'll also clarify with, we got the Rider-Waite Tarot today. Oh, that's so cool. The Eight of Pentacles. Some work and creativity. That meshes together pretty well. So something about creative work, or like, I think of like a creative solution to the way like the Eight of Pentacles. It's like something you're building, something you're mastering. It's a creativity, freedom, money, abundance, stuff like that. That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, before we get into that, we'll also start with one card from the Believe in Your Magic Oracle. So we'll do the whole spread with the Prism Oracle, clarify with the Tarot. But beforehand, we'll get one card from the Believe in Your Magic Oracle real quick to see what the overall energy is. And we got a card stuck in there. But other than that, not much other than that. I want to thank you guys so much for your continuous support. It means the world to me. And hopefully any of this can help just in return. It's always so cool to see you guys and talk to you guys and just see if anything is ever helping. So it's cool, especially because, I always say it, I'm just a wacko sitting here reading cards, literally talking to myself, but like not talking to myself at the same time. It's like we're having a conversation, but it don't seem like that because I'm on a phone and I'm in a space alone, but the energy is not alone. If that, that obviously makes sense, I guess. If you're feeling the vibe, you know what I mean? If you understand the feeling. I feel like I sound goofy sometimes. It's Pisces season. And read them and weep. Oh, you can't read it anymore, but it says Pisces Mercury. Because that's how my brain and mouth moves, is in a Piscean manner. Really fun and frustrating. Anyways, moving past that. Let's see. Anything else I'm forgetting to mention? Oh, there's a dog. Anything else I'm forgetting to mention? Just make sure to like, share, subscribe the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment. At the end of this reading, I will be picking an extra piece of advice as well for, let's see, in the last video, I don't believe there were any comments quite yet, so, and that was I think I uploaded a bit late, for sure, so no worries on that. I'll go ahead and pull for everyone today. But if you do want your name pulled, or I'll decide on that. Let me see what I'll do. I'll see how I feel. But if you want your name pulled for the next reading, go ahead and I guess just leave a comment about anything. You can. That's just from where the names I pull from each video. So, you can comment if you want to, regardless. Or I was gonna say you don't have to comment, but obviously that makes sense. It's feeling like winter seasons again when there's a lot to say. But maybe that's just a nostalgic energy as well, because that was coming up. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say as well. Sorry about the mic. Right now, I usually go with the mic, but it's broken. I'm just fixing it right now. So apologies for that. Other than that, I think that's it. Texas Hold'em, 16 karat. Just Beyonce's been putting out. Oh, and that, you know what? That's what that feels like. I mean, of course, people release music every day, but I mean, Beyonce is like one of the stars. Like not one of the stars. She's like one of the biggest, obviously, the biggest, if not. So it's like, I don't know. It's giving the energy of like a major manifester hard worker who's actually releasing something with his creativity, the way it's like breaking out, almost like out of the womb, out of Compton. I don't know. Not that. But maybe that. Who knows? I don't know. Let's just move forward. Let's see. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start with the Believe in Your Magic Oracle, actually. It's at the bottom. Escapist. Come home to yourself. And I think escapism is one of the Piscean traits. That's me. My Pisces Mercury, I said I'm trying to escape. What's Mercury? Conversations. I'm trying to escape conversations. Mercury is mental, like thinking, mental exercise. I'm trying to always escape mental exercise. I never want to think. I'm just all about action. Oh my goodness, speaking of which, I believe we're going to be starting the modality. I haven't spoken about it, but I'm going to be starting a series on the channel where it'll be, me talking about thinking. There's going to be a series where we're going to be doing, I believe, modalities spreads. It'll be basically going through each fixed, mutable, and cardinal, and doing like a spread at least once or twice a month for everyone, just to like split up that energy. I used to do zodiacs, and I want to do something like that again, but I just want to start with modalities, at least for right now. So I guess just stay tuned for information on that. But yeah, I guess that's the last announcement. That's funny. Anyways, cardinal energy, but then also I guess what Beyonce, what Virgo, so that's mutable. So cardinal and mutable energy coming through. Anyways, let's see here. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into your spread. Sorry about the whole spiel, but I'll go ahead and timestamp, and let's see with the Believe in Your Magic Oracle. Let's see what the overall energy for the collective would be. I'm thinking I would light the incense, but I don't have it in this car right now. I'm in a friend's car, so don't have the. Oh, I just need one card, Spirit. There's 3 that flew out though. Boy. Alrighty. Let's see. Maybe if I move my arm. Alright, so just one card, Spirit. Spirit said it don't matter if you move your arm. It's still gonna. Oh, why is this not in the. Oh my god. This used to happen a lot on the channel. Alright, let me see. Alright. Okay. Excuse me. It fell down. I don't know if you saw that, and I didn't want to talk about it then because I knew I would spiel, but library, take control of your own narrative, 22. That's funny, because I literally was about to tell you a story, like narrative. I was going to tell you a narrative, a story about the channel, how I used to like drop cards in there. If you go back on the channel, you can see it too. And every time, and oh my god, when it first started happening, I was like, I would on camera be like, what the like, why did I drop a card down there? Because Spirit knew my hands were freaking thick, and I can't freaking they cannot fit down there. I don't think any people's hands could fit down there. But I was like, why the heck? And then like over time on the channel, and it was funny because I had to watch myself back because I had to like find the title and upload it, whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is wild. So maybe I shouldn't get so upset on like about it. And then over time, I took control of the narrative, and I was like, all right, let me just chill, and I'll get the cards later. It was a weird phenomenon on the channel, but it's like when it started. So it's kind of what this energy feels like. If I were to relate to it, what it feels like to give you a picture. Because it's like I watch myself over time, And through that, I made like changes where it was like it had a real time effect because I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, the camera. I have to like prop it up on something stupid. Hopefully this guy. Dang it. Anyways, and I was just like, I don't know. So that example's over. It's just basically saying with the library, taking control of your own narrative. What's the vibe? Giving Libra energy with the word library. Reading Libre, meaning book in Spanish. So I mean, not anything that's new information to you probably. I see that what she's wearing is sheer. That's what I see at first, and I'm thinking now shearing sheep, and that's like transformative, but that's getting rid of like the wool, and then it can be used over again to like making clothing. Oh, that's a weird bug. Oh, it's a bird. Oh, it's a hummingbird. That's why it's. Oh, that's a weird ass bug. That's a weird ass dragonfly. It's because it's a hummingbird. If you look up, it flew away. I would have shown it to you. But I was like, what the thing is that? A hummingbird. Never. This area has different animals. I saw an owl last night, literally in front of my face. Say what the fuck? Very cool. Anyways, oh my god, I'm gonna have to work with the Pisces Mercury energy to not have to like spiel all the time. But taking control of your own narrative with library, I have to say, and the shearing of the sheep, like the wool can be used over to make clothing, and then like if you shear a tree, like shearing the bark off of it, you can use that bark to make paper, then to make books and such. You know what I'm saying? So the energy of this is coming through where it's like the shear, the sheep, the hair grows, the tree grows. So I'm trying to like make that connection. So I'm thinking like something that grows over time. You then shave it down, cut it down. Then you take the resources of what you get from that, make something not only new but with a book and clothing. They're not just necessities. I don't know. Book and clothing is giving fool energy, like jumping off the cliff. But then what else is it giving? It's not like Aquarian with like information. I don't know. If not knowledge, then like the at least empty book to be able to write things down like you want to learn. So it's man, Pisces energy is it's like it's like there's like a feeling you could feel, but you're just still not quite sure of the wording. That's how I'm feeling. Oh, but it's funny how I say Fool energy, but there's literally 22 at the top, which would be Fool in that tarot, because it's Fool is 0, but it's 22. It's like the thing. But if I say 22 instead of 0, again, it's giving closer to Aquarian energy, where it's like not just a brand new Fool, but like a restart. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like that. Right after the world, that Fool that jumps off the cliff takes a leap of faith, but they have that whole journey behind them. And that's what would be in the book to learn. And the shearing of this outfit, it's almost like it's giving Page energy. And the bee here is giving work, giving Virgo, giving Beyonce for sure. The beehive in that. But it's like, take control of your own narrative. Puppet, strings giving devil energy. But there's just, this isn't even the reading yet, so it does not even matter. It's just there's so much in this one card. It's probably because it is the library. So like imagine walking into a library and there's just like the amount of options you have to read. This is what this energy feels like as well. It feels like in this energy, there's a lot of options for you. And I don't know. See the stars here too? Reminds me of Aquarius. I don't know. So so it's like hope, but then light. Ay, ay, ay. There's an interesting energy with that, but with library, the last thing I'll say with that is this, it's almost like it's like the Fool taking a leap of faith, and like you're in a library, it's like you're almost like you're trying to choose like a new genre for like a new thing type of thing to read, or like if you're on Netflix, you're trying to find something new to watch. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, it's almost like um take a leap of faith on like maybe you have a gut feeling towards a show or a genre, but then also maybe you're also kind of maybe letting experience get in the way. That's probably what the strings are. So in that sense, it's like maybe it's like take the leap of faith in order to like trust your gut feeling, but don't let the experience of what your journey has been stop you from choosing something. It's almost like they're conflicting. It's like you have a gut feeling about something, but then you're like, yes, I want that, but then like no, because like because of what the experience has been, I don't think there's something interesting there. I don't know. I'm looking at that sheer thing again, so something about mm, shaving. I don't know. I don't know. Spirit says book market. Spirit literally says book market. I looked at the book market. Spirit says, put a tab in that. Put a pause and see about it later. So I guess I'll be thinking on that energy. There's a lot to think with that, and again, so it just gives like the energy of like literally a library. So it's like you walk in and there's like hundreds of thousands of books. It's like there's so much to be even explored or read. So it's sort of up to you to decide where to start in a sense. So I don't know. Spirit's putting you in the driver's seat a bit. Even the way I put that card in the driver's seat, I don't know if I meant to. Either ways, that's at the bottom. Mural, be your own first priority. What the heck? I have not seen this card. I don't think ever. That's so pretty too. So literally, don't just take control of your own narrative. Paint your own mural. Mural. That's not correct. That is incorrect. Paint your own mural, right? Like paint this like not just like this thing on a piece of paper, for a few people to see, but a mural for like a whole truckload, a whole community, a whole city load of people to walk by and see like this. I don't know, like an expression of yourself. But then the way this says be your own first priority, it's almost like, yeah, how do you figure out that expression maybe? And that's by putting yourself first, trusting your gut, trusting your feelings, and then with this, it's a matter of taking control of your own narrative. So your like your story, the not only just your thoughts but your feelings. There's something about that in this energy, but we're gonna move forward because I don't want to spend forever on that. Let's figure out what's the vibe. I'll timestamp both. I'll say this is the oracle energy because that bitch was a library. That motherfucker was a library of info. And then here's what's the vibe starts. So, already has an energy. It feels like learning. I'll say if you're a returning visitor, which by the way I forgot to mention, if you're a new visitor, I'm so sorry. If you're a new visitor, hey yo, what's up? How you doing? So glad to see you. Hopefully that long ass spiel didn't scare you off. I understand I speak way too long sometimes. Sometimes it's like I gotta get a thought out. So it's almost like I was gonna say word vomit, but like, hey, imagine you know how good you feel after that happens. There's not an energy of that. That feels like past. Let's see, but yeah, if you're new, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you stay. Hope everyone shows you love and kindness and appreciation. This is a beautiful community, so I'm just glad that you're here and on whichever train station you go, whichever people you meet, whatever you do on this site, you know, I'm just glad that you could. I'm glad that we could spend the moment together. I think is what I'm saying, which sounds stupid and cheesy, but I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's the lamest part. I'm like, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Anyways, I'm just kidding. But if you're returning, thank you so much again for all the support. And you guys are A1 day ones. I appreciate it completely. I don't know how to say that in a cool way. So I was like, you guys are my A1 day ones. Saying the second time didn't make it any cooler. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. I really do appreciate everyone. But thinking, the example I was just talking about with the returning visitors, it was an energy, and I'm forgetting it now. Maybe Spirit just wanted me to make sure I was thankful. So let me move forward. Let's see what the vibe is. Someone just threw their popcorn and tomatoes at me. They said, "Shut up! Just tell me what the vibe is." Oh my god. The timestamp is 20 what? Anyways, let's see what we got for the vibe. Starting off, again, it's just the present energy. Not looking at the past or the future, really. Determination. Ooh, that's cool. It's almost like the same color vibe. And if you take a look at the freaking pentacles, it feels like that's that's the color it's lighting up right now. So we got a yellow vibe immediately, which I like. I like it. Any yellow at the bottom of the... Kinda. It's like the whole background of everything. So maybe, I don't know. Yellow's a color of feelings, of duality. You know how, like, people say trust your feelings. It's because there's a reason. It's because sometimes you feel two things at once. And so it's like you have to balance that duality. And so, I don't know. With determination coming out, we'll just keep moving so I can get the whole spread. But first card is important. I always call it my lemonade mouth card. To determinate, you know what I mean? I couldn't speak, I just freaking... But determinate, makes you think of the ways. Push until you can't. And then demand more. So it's giving Capricorn energy for sure with the mountains too. So yeah, I don't know. There wasn't really Capricorns in that movie. Bridget Miller, the star, she's a Sagittarius. So, I mean, it's the same energy. They're neighbors. I don't know. You're determined for something. Determined to do something. Climbing some mountain. What the hell? Frustration. And this card, oh my god, has been through it. Maybe you've been through it. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing too. So usually the spreads are very introspective. Not introspective. They're pretty like they're getting like the feel. How should I say, like the more so esoteric information that I usually look for. But what's the vibe, I forget, is a little bit, it's esoteric a bit, but it's more so kind of lax. So it talks about different things. I sort of make sure I specify that. And so I was totally forgetting a bunch of things. Just frustration. Yeah, maybe you've been through it. Maybe you've been feeling it. Maybe you've been feeling like tore up a bit, or just like beaten up by the universe. It feels like this card's like fading. So maybe you don't feel like you're fading, but like you feel maybe like with frustration. I mean, if there's any 420 aficionados out there getting faded, maybe to deal with frustration. But I mean, that's just like, again, what's the vibe? It can be very simplistic as well. And I feel that's what the Capricorn energy here is saying too. Maybe just like freeing yourself from frustration. And lastly, it's just like this yellow and red's giving like ketchup and mustard a little bit. So, excuse me. Ketchup and mustard, then this would be the hot dog, I'm assuming. Could be hot where you are, you know, like you say you stayed, but also, I don't know why the hot dog would be there. Maybe you've had hot dogs recently. Or maybe you're having a hot dog now, and that's why it's in what's the vibe. But that's all there is so far. I need to pull the rest of the spread. Intuition. wacky colors coming through together. I mean, they're not that wacky. Yellow, well, frustration I believe is orange, I think, or it's red. I don't have my book, but I think it's orange. So, yellow, orange, and purple. That's just weird together. I wasn't looking for energy just yet, but I have sweetness coming out. Determination in the beginning is saying push until I can't, because I can't understand. That's so weird. Usually it has a color theme, or there's a something. Let me see. Let me just keep it. Yeah. It was interesting that I say push until you can't. Not me stopping. Crap. I'll say this real quick. I say push until you can't, and I'm thinking of two things. One, we just got sweetness, which was pink, and that's usually my energy of I've learned it in my sense to be energy of like no pain, no gain. So like pink is like mothering, unconditional love. I think of like the reason why we have unconditional love is because there's a reason. Like there's the balance of that would be conditional. You sort of wonder why. You think I think I'm trying to say it in a way where it's like you understand the balance for the unconditional love, like almost any example of childbirth. It's like it's so painful, but then the result of it is so beautiful. So then like working out too is like you have pain in your muscles, but then like it builds over it. You have gain out of that. So like there's no the balance is equal. There's no gain you have without any pain being involved sometimes. So that pink came through, and then it reminded me of that's what the sweetness pink reminded me of. But there's one more thing as well. Oh my goodness. I don't want to forget it. Pink. Maybe it'll come through again. That's orange. That's more orange. There's a lot of orange coming through. Orange and pink is my Dora energy too. Something beneficial. Dang it. What am I forgetting? It's fine. I'll move past it. Pisces energies taught me all year to just let things go sometimes, but dang it. Pink. And all I can see is Pepto-Bismol, but that's not what I was thinking, so I'm pissed. Anyways, moving forward. Okay, isolation. Still no color thing, babes. What is it? Alright, energy, that's, I think, orange. If not orange, it's red. Okay. What's the vibe, y'all? What I'm asking literally what the fuck is the vibe? That's so interesting. Flow. Why am I thinking the motherfucker from Progressive now? Oh my goodness. Not Flow. Oh my god. She said something. You can save your prices of blah 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 blah. You can save 15% off of motherfucking Progressive. That should still be expensive though. Insurance. You could save bada boom, bada bing, bada bob, and that shit's still expensive. Insurance. I'm thinking the word insurance now. We got intuition. And not only that, but that in becomes an is with isolation. I know this reading is a little bit all over the place. I feel like this is just my sort of Mercury Pisces energy coming to life for a moment. And I apologize, but I'm sort of trying to rein it in like the thoughts in a sense. Because it's an interesting energy. Call it Finding Nemo, because it gets me lost, but then I find something eventually. But the in and the is, and I just thought about the word. Oh my god, because I literally lose thoughts. I need to remember my notebook. But is and in, because we just talked about oi. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Okay, anyways. Um, it's goofy because then you guys can literally, backspace a couple minutes. If it whatever it was, it doesn't matter. I guess whatever. I guess that's the lesson in that. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. What I was saying with that was in and is. In would be like within, whatever that example was. So within the body and like or within like contained inside of something else, and then is I feel like um it's like just to be in a sense like something is it's like something exists, something is radiate, something I can't think of the way to word it, but something has, I guess, something exists, something has a, not like a life force, but it has an entity, it takes up space in a sense. And think about how much space this takes up. It's like it doesn't take up much space, but it does exist. Something about how like something within you, maybe that eye, that vision, your soul. Even think of the way like a soul is like a spirit, like it takes up space in your body technically, but you can't really pinpoint it, and it doesn't take up too much space. Like there's more room for like organs and shit like that. So it's almost like perfect design energy, but then also like the energy of something not take like the soul, something I'm taking up. I don't know. There's success at the bottom, so literally Spirit says keep moving, and the rainbow will make itself known. Plus more orange energy. So I said there's not life force, but orange is the color of life and vitality. So there's something here about bringing something to life. Because, yeah, after orange comes yellow. So it's almost like you're putting life into some sort of energy. I don't know what that is yet. That's okay, we'll move forward. Well, we have I forget, we use Oracle. We've been using Oracle recently a lot. And now we have Tarot. So hopefully that'll explain a bit more, but maybe it won't, so who knows. Let's see, one more card for the vibe, Spirit, please. And then we have Balance. And I don't get, Spirit, you're joking when you say that. Because that is the last thing I felt trying to read this spread. Literally, I'm taking a picture and I'm posting it. Because these colors have been the wackiest colors I've ever seen in a minute. But honestly, it gives kind of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. It's actually mostly all the colors. Which is exactly what I said. If I followed the rainbow, the colors would still show themselves. Very cool energy. We're going to get to tarot in a second, but if I look at the spread overall, just now that I pulled it, you have determination, frustration, intuition on the top three. You have isolation, flow, and balance on the bottom three. Determination, frustration, intuition. Definitely determined to move past something that's frustrating you and having to utilize your intuition. Now, the interesting thing about that is, like I talked about yellow, is being like trusting your feelings and like moving through that. Yellow and purple are opposite. Yes. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You're right. So, hopefully I don't explain this too much, or hopefully I never sound dumb or anything when I say this, or hopefully I say it correctly. But it's almost like in the color spectrum, you have the red, orange, and yellow, and then you have green, blue, and purple. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so 1 is to 3, as is 2 is to 4. Oh my god, I'm saying that wrong. Oh my god. 1 is to 4. Then, oh my god, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, if that makes sense. So red, I need a notebook to freaking draw this. Anyways, red, orange, yellow, and then green, blue, purple. So like these are 3 and 6, basically. 1/2. It's almost like they're the opposite colors in a sense. And I explained that it's important because if you're starting off with determination, you're feeling your feelings, right? Whenever you have to use intuition, it's almost like you have to trust your feelings in order to trust your intuition. So it's like you're gonna see things, you're gonna have things come into your vision, or come through your mind, and it's like you're gonna register information, and when the information gets registered, then after that you have to trust your heart, because you have to like use both your mind and your heart. So when you get to red, orange, yellow, because you get to this step, it's important that you do utilize some sort of like duality exercise, maybe, or like like search up and excuse me, search up an exercise and trusting your feelings. Or maybe maybe I'll even do a spread on how to do that better, maybe possibly, or like look up a spread on YouTube for anyone who's done that, or just something like that. Because it's almost like once you climb this mountain of learning how to do that a little better for yourself, is gonna help you so much with your intuition, but you're gonna need it, because purple, if purple is, I say it's a very dark color. Intuition, you have to trust your intuition, because things are so dark, and that's why you have to utilize that intuition. But if this is dark, then the opposite of it would technically be the light. So these are both about feeling your feelings, trusting your feelings, but one's in the light, one's in the dark. You start off in the light, so I believe you're just moving into a space where it'll just be darker, harder to see. In your current, you may be just moving into like, yeah, it's just harder to see the way forward, and it's almost like utilizing your feelings for it. In between that, though, is frustration. I don't know why. Just something that maybe just doesn't fit. Or just something, because I see this as a rectangle and a circle, so just saying things that are shaped differently. Something that's shaped differently. Things that take different forms. So I was talking earlier about owls and different freaking animals. So like, maybe you're just like a different. You just take, or maybe these two energies take a different form, or you're seeing two. I'm thinking Hannah Montana, like, because of the library of the story, not living two different lives, but just two different things. Things are just different. Two separate things, you know what I mean? So maybe just like two different narratives. I don't know how to explain that, but there's a frustration between them, and I think the only frustration, I think at least the biggest, if not the only, the biggest frustration is the fact that animals, okay, and the fact that the colors are yellow and purple is natural, is what I'm connecting with that. So I'm thinking like the energy that will happen in your current is almost natural, but it's almost like outside of your control in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So like you can't control an animal, you can't control the fact that grass is green in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But you can, move around it. You can still sort of like learn it, recognize, and adapt to it. So it's almost like, I don't know, whatever the energy is that you're experiencing, it's all about like adaptation, trusting yourself, and knowing that, like, if even the universe can work things out in a natural way, and a way that you can trust, that you can even trust yourself too. It's like, I don't know. That's hard to explain. It's like, if you can trust the universe and you can trust things outside of you, there's no reason not to trust yourself too. I don't know how to explain that. Because there's just frustration, but I think it's because you may not trust yourself, but you should trust yourself. Because it's almost like, with the 22, you've lived a journey. You've been through a journey, so it's almost like you've been through it already. This is almost like, it's giving Dua Lipa training season. She says, I'm just getting the energy of training season's over, where it's like, you've done this. Now it's time to do something again and be extraordinary like before, but with a more under your belt, more a bigger mind, something like that. Maybe that's why it's frustrating, because maybe there's just more to learn, and this is after coming off of the world journey, so probably again, yeah, it feels like maybe just like, being on like determination, being on top of your shit, being really, really good at what you're like doing, being really determined and dedicated and such. So you completed some things for sure. That's amazing. And now it's just like you're learning more. I said this gave Paige energy for sure. So it's like maybe you're just learning more, reading more, a new library, a new place to check out. You know, in a sense, new things to learn. And it's just like, oh shit, I thought I knew everything, which is this is true. You knew everything about your last cycles. Like you knew everything about like the last grade, the last test. You know, but now there's like a new book they're handing out. There's a new class, a new teacher, a new something. You know, so it's like both are correct. You see what I mean about duality with the yellow? It's like you do know everything about what you learned. Now there's something new that you haven't learned, which you don't know about. So don't neglect the other, is what I think I'm saying. That's why duality is important, because it's like you have to be confident that you know what you know, but then also confident that you don't know what you don't know, so that you can learn, you know? I don't know, it's the words sometimes. Ixnay. We'll move forward with tarot. That's lastly, I just see isolation, flow, and balance. And yeah, that feel like that feels easy enough. It's almost like getting back to a space of your own. With white, it's an energy of stillness. So all these colors are moving. You know, yellow, orange is life moving. Purple is moving through the darkness, but still is using your sight. Green and blue moving through abundance. Blue, it could be moving through a transformation. White and black are all about stillness and like not moving. So it's like almost like after you get through that sort of balance of your feeling your feelings and all that, you sort of like contain it in this isolation energy, and it's like you start to understand your own flow more in a sense. And so with that, I feel like it just balances you out. The ups and downs, it's like almost like the balance of like, if blue and flow is all about transformation, it's like transforming, learning how to, with F, it's coming under another F with frustration. It's almost like F, I believe it should be number 6. Yes, number 6, which is like the lovers. It's Gemini. It's making choices. So if there's frustration, using flow, like going with the flow, like not trying to go against the current, trying to swim with the river. It's almost like it can be a frustrating option sometimes, or maybe this is just like just working with the energy again. Water, it's just like the animals, and just like the other examples, it's nature, it's natural. So it's like just letting things work as they be. Let It Be by Labyrinth, but then also Let It Be by the Beatles, and Let It Be by who else? There's someone else. Let It Be. Oh, it's Let It Happen by Tame Impala. That makes sense. I was like, what else is the other one? But yeah, F's are about 6, so like choices, making choices to, if you want to deal with some frustration, possibly just working with the energy that's been given to you will lead you to your best abundance, because it's almost like if you're like on an up and down, if you're trying to fight against it, you don't like let yourself like go down there. It's like if you do, you make for a perfect like swing back up, so you're you have great height. But if you swing, if you try to, I don't know what happens if you try to go against it. It's like if you're on the up and you try to keep pushing upwards, it's like there's nothing to hold you, so you just like you just hit the ground instead of like flying back up. It's a weird example, but it's almost like I don't know, maybe the nature. It's like nature. It's like when you fight against it, it fights you back, in a sense. It doesn't work out for your best interest. But I feel like you have great energy, especially because then you have on it's the way the spread shows. It shows in different. How would I say? The combinations work out importantly to me visually, I guess I'd say. So not only the top 3 are like this yellow, orange, and I talked about the colors being wacky, and it's funny because they make sense in different ways, so it's perfect, even if it seemed wacky. But the yellow, orange, and the purple in the top seems interesting, and the white, blue, and the green seems interesting as well. Partly feels like a beach, but I mean that's not what I was talking about. What I was gonna say was that we have purple that's on top of green, so it's like that purple. If the frustration goes to the flow, that like helps, But if that purple then goes to that green, it's almost like if purple and yellow are opposites, and that makes sense because it's weird math, but like in this sense, it's almost like what's it called? I said that purple and yellow would be the opposite colors. So it's like feeling your feelings is how it challenges you to then you have to use that in the dark with the intuition. So like it challenges is the opposites it. Purple and green are then complementary, and because green comes right after yellow. And complementary colors are like, if you think of the opposite, complementaries are like right on the outsides. So purple and green, because it's on the outside of yellow. On the other side of yellow is orange, so purple and orange are also complementary. Purple and orange, you can think of like pumpkins and witches, Halloween type of stuff. But purple and green, you can think of the Hulk. You can also think of zombies. More, it's like colors that work well together for some reason. Have not researched it, but that's all I know. So it's almost like at the end of this energy, after the frustration, after the isolation, after the flow and all the determination, all these Asians where it's like you have to like do something, there's intuition and there's balance. It's like all you have to do is use your inner peace, use that balance to like level everything out. The green feels lush, it feels abundant, and the purple from the intuition feels like, oh, it transforms into the green. It's like it transforms into like when you use your intuition, when you trust yourself, not only do you move past the determination of the mountain, but you move to a complementary energy of like green, of like, I'm thinking like a gift and abundance, but also I'm thinking red light, green light by the baby. So it's like something moves forward. Anyways, that's gonna be me moving forward from that goofy energy, but literally at the bottom energy. And that's not, I believe it's orange, but I don't give a crap. Literally, red light, green light. And that's what the frustration would be, kind of. Oh, no, it's not. That's red light. Heck no, actually. Just kidding. But yeah, frustration then moves to balance. So something you're doing is tough, but you're doing the good thing. I can't know how to explain that. Let me see here. Alrighty, actually, that's why. An ace pentacle at the bottom. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video. It's gonna be real quick, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of something real quick, but I'll be right back. So sorry, but just a moment.